I should be live. I mean, let me just double check, of course, per usual. Let's see. I am. It's just my computer is very clunky. Let me just share this with the league. Where is it? Where is it? I'm looking for the content channel this week. Yeah, there. Bang. Skadoosh. Yep. And let me just share my screen right now. And there it is. I think. So like if I go like this, yes, okay. Yep, it's showing my what you want to call it. Yeah, showing my screen. Alright, perfect. So what's up guys? It's Sal here with the OBL Season 3 draft recap. I did my round by round recaps except rounds 8, 9, and 10. So every round except the last 3. And it's just I just want to do the big draft recap. Oh wait, these things have like their own names now. Oh, we can just names except by just not going by draft or by like draft order. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I might cover it this way. Maybe. Do I cover it this way or do I go by drafts? Low key, I want to go through like this way, low key. I think it's actually more fun doing it this way. So with that said, let's get away from the funny business. Let's do the good stuff. So first team we are going to be covering. Oh wait, no, this is not the right team. First team on this list that we are going to be covering first. We got league leader Aquanu. Why say league leader, league owner? Jesus Christ. But yeah, Aquanu is first the league owner of the OBL, and I mean he's got some big threats. I mean, Garchomp is always terrifying. Of course, you got your skill shot loaded dice set. You got your rough skin Rocky helmet set. It could just be pretty good choice band user too. Also defensive anchors with Galarian Slow King, aka Glow King, Owl Malola, and Fortress. Even Annihilate has good bulk, and even Cryogonal actually has pretty good special bulk. Oh, what was it called? It's a nice prankster user, like Prankster Tailwind. Pretty sure it gets screens. I could be wrong. Um, and then offensively, Garchomp hits really hard. Annihilate hits really hard. Kilowattrel has some good damage output. Chiyu's an absolute nuke. Regigigas is an absolute nuke as well. Problem is slow start, which completely hinders it. But if it could somehow survive 5 turns, um, slow start's completely gone, and then it's just ready to just destroy. Um, and then we just see some base speeds on here. The speed tiers are very good. Base 125 speed for Kilowattrel, 116 on Whimsicott, 105 on Cryogonal, 102 on Garchomp, and 2 100s on Chiyu and Regigigas, even base 90 on Annihilate. So he's got a pretty fast team for sure. Also got defensive backbones, good offensive presence. Also, it shows schedule, and as you see, I will be playing Aquanu week 2. But instead of playing him next week, it's actually gonna be tomorrow because I guess he's going on a 2-week vacation, and I'm playing my week 1 opponent tomorrow as well. So I'm actually playing my week 1 and week 2 games tomorrow. I'm pulling off the double duty. So yeah, hopefully it goes well. I do think this is a pretty good team. Um, and real quick, we could also there's also this tier maker, um, where we could like put where we think these teams rank. And even though I think it'd be good, out of sheer hate, actually, you know what? First, let me just like rename these. Instead of S tier, I'll put like top tier. Um, it's like so I'll put like top tier. I'll put oh no. I'll do borderline top tier. Uh, can be something. Instead of borderline top tier, I'll I'll put why? Why is it doing this? Why? What the fuck, man? Has has the potential to be top tier. Can be something. D tier, I could just simply be like meh. And I want to like have F tier be like garbage, but it's like I don't think there's like gonna be a team that's pure garbage. I could be wrong, but just in case if there is, I just want to name it like I don't know what I want to name it. Put you deserve to be here for a reason. Is that harsh? I don't know. But that's what I'm going to put it as. And Aquanu, if you're watching this stream, I get it. I was in F tier on your tier list yesterday because I asked to be put in F tier. I was watching your live stream. You put me in D tier, and I said, "Put me in F tier. You know you want to, so you did." And you know what you get in return? You get the same thing. I think your team's actually not that bad. But because I got put in F tier, mainly because I asked to be. But yeah, you get the F tier. You deserve to be here for a reason. You know what? I'm not gonna put it as you deserve to be here for a reason. I'm gonna name it as oh no. No. Meh supposed to be above. So I'm gonna do something like it's like your team is complete ass. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna put it as. And that's where your team is sitting. Enjoy it, Aquanu. Deserved. This is what you get. This is what you deserve. I keep my receipts. Enjoy that placement because you're gonna be there by yourself. All right, back to sharing this screen of the next team that we're gonna be covering is Radish. He's got a team of can't just just Cantonian Zapdos, Ogerpon Wellspring, Weavile, Iron Crown, Gomora, Palisand, Mega Altaria, Hitmonchan, Typhlosion, and Lickitung. I mean, I like the Volt Switch pivoting between Iron Crown Zapdos. Zapdos also gets U-turn. Ogerpon Wellspring also gets U-turn. So he's got quite the momentum, momentum for pivoting. Um, Also, Gamora has Mortal Spin, which is just Rapid Spin buffed. And what Rapid Spin does is it just gets rid of hazards while getting you a speed boost, which Mortal Spin does. The only difference is Mortal Spin is also guaranteed to pass. Weavile hits like a truck. Like Choice Band, Triple Axle, Knockoff, Ice Shard, Psycho Cut is immense damage. Ogerpon Wellspring has, or just any Ogerpon in general, has underrated bulk and a very good attack stat with respectable speed. But Ogerpon Wellspring just sticks out with like a good typing. Typically, the grass type is just not that good of a type to have, but pair it with water, and it's like you only have two weaknesses. If I'm correct, you're only weak to flying and poison because ice is neutral, electric is neutral, fire is neutral, grass is neutral. Oh, you're actually so weak to bug. You're weak to bug, poison, flying. But you only have three weaknesses. So it's a pretty good defensive typing. Typhlosion, Choice Scarf, Eruption, Punching Glove, Iron Fist, Hitmonchan, Mega Altaria, Dragon Fairy with Dragon Dance setup, or just like uh Pixelate, Hyper Voice. Palisand is a nice ground type. Also, not only is ground type a very valuable type to have, it's also ghost type. It's ground ghost. Two very valuable typings. The worst mon here is Lickitung, but it's an Eviolite user. So, and covering its speed tiers, Weavile base 125, Ogerpon Wellspring at base 110, Typhlosion and Zapdos at base 100, base 98 on Iron Crown, 86 on Gomora, 80 on Mega Altaria, and 76 on Hitmonchan, 35 on Palisand, 30 on Lickitung. It's also one of those, what seems like faster teams. Or, I mean, when I say faster, I mean, like, this is only the second team. Um, but I really do like this team a lot. It's got the speed. It's got some offensive presence. I mean, defensive presences between Evil, like Lickitung, Mega Altaria, Palisand, Zapdos can be ran defensively. So it's really good. It's got some good momentum with U-turn and Volt Switch. A lot of offensive presence. A hazard remover in Gomora, good defensive presences. So now let me share list again. Where's Radish logo? I don't think it's the absolute top tier, but I do think this is a team that has the potential to be top tier. Like if I see Radish be like a top three team in the league, top three, top five, it really wouldn't come to a surprise as me. I just want to reserve the top tier for like the top two, maybe top three teams. If I only do top two, I know for a fact, no disrespect to Radish, that he's in my top two. And it's not that his team isn't bad. It's not that like his team is bad, because I think it's really good. But it's like if I was considering top three for my top tier, maybe borderline on there. But top two, I will say confidently, with all due respect, that he's not going to be there. But like he's still, in my opinion. So it's like it wouldn't come to surprises me if he doesn't finish top two. It's like if he finishes, like it wouldn't be surprised me if he ends up being like the number one team in the league or number two. It really wouldn't come to me as a surprise, because like I think he has so many threats offensively with good defensive presence. Um, but yeah, the third team we're going to be covering here. Oh, as we're going to, I think it's Faj, right? Yeah, it's going to be Faj. And he's drafted what? Um, oh, so Spectrier, Megalopony, Empoleon, Gligar, Pheasantipity. I don't care, computer. Gligar, Pheasantipity, Serena, Delphox, Bellybolt, Low Kicks, and Regirock. So offensively, Megalopony could be very scary. Spectrier is as scary as it gets. Low Kicks, first impression, U-turn is very scary. Bellybolt, typically not like very scary offensively, but Electromorphosis can deal some good damage. Serena's pretty decent offensively, and Delphox is really good offensively. The thing that's very scary about this Delphox is that it's Terra Delphox. Actually, I should have probably covered the Terra Captains on Equanu, and so the Aquanu's Terra Captains is Alamola, Kilowattrel, Kyogre, and Radish has Terra Palisand and Typhlosion, which makes that Typhlosion even scarier. And for Fudge, it's Terra Delphox, Terra Gligar, which is nasty, and then Terra Bellybolt, which should be pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. So offensively, like I said, Spectrier, Terra Delphox, Sarina, Low Kicks, Terra Bellybolt can actually be nice. Terra Gligar can be nice, and Megalopony. Even Empoleon can be pretty threatening offensively. But defensively, Empoleon's a nice defensive presence. Eviolite Gligar plus a Terra is scary. Bellybolt, Regirock has like base 200 defense. Pheasantipity has, I think its best at is like special defense. So like he's got a nice defensive core as well. I think Serena gets U-turn. Low Kicks I know does. Mega Opening, I'm not sure if it does. But he's got a couple Pokemon that can just pivot for him. Base and it's for its base speeds, 135 on Megalopony, 130 for Spectre, 104 on Delphox, 99 on Pheasantipity, 92 on Low Kicks, 85 on Gligar, 72 on Sarina, 60 for Empoleon, 50 for Regirock, and 45 for Bellybolt. As where would I rank this? So here's the thing. This is a very interesting team to me. Because to me, I personally think, like, I'll say this on paper, I think it's gonna be either can be something or has potential to be special, or has the potential to be top tier. The problem is like I don't know how good of a player he is, and to be fair, the whole point of this tier list is to like exclude what you want to call it, exclude skill. So it's like just based off team. So with that being said, for Faj, I'll put it's tough. I'll put can be something. And I am also going to be moving teams around in the tier list as things go on. Like not like some of these placements will change. I'm not going to know exactly what teams when I'll change it. Like, not none of these are like official. Well, I mean, I feel like, well, I say none of them are official. I'll say for a fact that Radish is for sure going to stay, has the potential to be top tier. Like, there's no way I'm dropping it to King. Um, Now we're going to be looking at Gamer, fourth team we're covering. I'm not going to lie, hilarious and epic name, Tissers Pissers. That's actually pretty funny. Um, but but Gamer's team is Mega Mawile, Donphan, Moltres, Cleavor, Inteleon, Monkey Dory, Reggie Drago, Rotom Scrafty, and Kofagrigus. So, from an offensive standpoint, Cleavor is a threat, massive threat. Inteleon is a massive threat. Monkey Dory is a massive threat. And the biggest offensive threat that there is on this team is Mega Mawile. Why? It's pretty simple. First of all, Fairy Steel is an insane typing. Second thing is it has a base 105 attack. Oh, but 105 is just like it's good, but nothing like crazy. Mega Ball Wow has huge power, which doubles its attack stat. Which in other words, it's not hitting with a base 105 attack. It's hitting with a base 210 attack. Now, Stab, Play Rough, and Ironhead from a mon that's going to be hitting with a base 210 attack stat. And now you could just picture why it's such a threat. Even Moltres can be scary offensively. Donphan Stab Earthquakes are not easy, are just like not fun to take. Rotomo Leaf Storms and Thunderbolts are not fun to take either. Reggie Drago with like Earthquake for coverage or like Stab Outrage, Core Enforcer. It's just a lot of offensive presence. And then even defensively, there's a lot of defensive presence. Cleavor could be a decent defensive Pokemon. Donphan is an amazing defensive Pokemon. Reggie Drago is a really good defensive mon. Any Rotom appliance could be a good defensive Pokemon. Scrafty's a pretty good defensive mon, especially with Intimidate. So especially against physical attackers, it does really well. And Kofagrigus, my boy from Unova, a massive defense stat, good special defense stat. The only thing hindering it is is its base HP isn't that high, but that's more than okay when you have a massive defense stat and a really good special defense stat. Oh, and I should mention that it gets Will-O-Wish to just nerf physical attackers into the ground, and it can just Thunder Wave any threat. It's just great. Um, as of momentum, Cleavor gets U-turn, Inteleon gets U-turn, Moltres gets U-turn. I don't know if this sounds crazy, but I think Monkey Dory gets U-turn. I could be wrong. Um, in fact, let me just like fact check it via Pokemon Showdown. Does Monkey Dory get U-turn? I don't know. I think it might. It does. All right. Wasn't going crazy. And then base speed, I'm not gonna lie, is I won't say it's like a massive concern where it's like, oh my god, you have like limited speed where it's like, oh, you should do something about it. It is something to be a tad bit worried about, in my opinion, but nothing where it should be like that gamers gotta be like hyper fixated on. Like it's not that much of a problem where it needs immediate attention. But I will say if I see a downside with Gamer's team, it's that the speed could be a little bit better. But besides that, I think he's got a pretty nice team. He's got Pokemon that can deliver status. Like he has like 4 Pokemon that can U-turn, pivot, good offensive presences, good defensive presences. It's just the speed tiers just isn't the best. But I mean, besides that, it's a pretty good team. Um, as of where do I want to rank it? I'm gonna put it on. Do I put it as has the potential to be top tier, or can be something? It's really tough. I'm gonna put it as can be something, and it's gonna be below Faj. Right, back to the dog, and the next team we're gonna be covering is Lord. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Before I even discuss the team, let me just share the tier maker tab, and yeah, um, top tier. It's the best team in the league. Uh, th- Now let me explain why. Because this team is absolutely best in the league. All right, foremost, Iron Valiant, one of the best Pokemon in Draft League. It's got a base 116 speed stat. I think it's like base 130 attack, base 120 special attack. So it's a mixed attacker that hits very hard on both sides with base 116 speed. Fairy Fighting is an insane stab combination that essentially has like no switch-ins. It's like the only typing that wall that's like resists both stabs is poison. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how many poison types can just like take Iron Valiant's hits. Because like the ones that resist it, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like there's mods that resist it that can tank it, like Mega Venusaur. The problem is Tyler has Mega Venusaur. It's like Drapion that has good bulk is neutral because it's dark type. It's neutral to both stabs. Even though it's poison type, it's neutral because dark is weak to fighting and fairy, but poison resists both, so it's just neutral on both stabs. Then you got a Pokemon like Dragalge where it resists fighting, but like it's neutral to fairy because of the dragon typing. And it's like fairy fighting is just an insanely gross offensive stab combination, especially with like a Mon, like Iron Valiant, who can hit like a truck on both sides. And then we get to Goldango, who is probably another one of the best draft league Pokemon. Ghost Steel is an insane typing. It's got like a monster like 130 special attack stat or whatever. Has good bulk. Has a only 84 base speed. But with that being said, because it's like got good speed, but not like elite speed, it's like a perfect candidate for a Choice Scarf user. Its ability good as gold, just doesn't allow it to get status whatsoever. Signature move Make It Rain is like base 120. It's either 120 or 130. And it's just and it lowers your special attack by one stage. And to that we say boo hoo when it just absolutely claps your cheeks. And this one hurts my soul deep down inside as someone from Unova. But most importantly, it's my favorite Pokemon of all time. Seeing Hydreigon not be on my team hurts me inside. But Tylord scooped fucking Hydreigon. Hydreigon is the reason was the last straw for Pokemon introducing fairy types. Dragon types were already insanely strong before Generation 6. Before the introduction of fairy types, they were like insanely strong since like Generation 3. Like I mean they were really good in like Gen 1. But the thing is like or like at least from like a defensive perspective, because like there wasn't many things that just took dragon attacks. But it's like it really didn't ramp up offensively till Generation 3. It really didn't ramp up until Salamence existed. And then also in the same generation was Altaria for Dragon types. Gen 4 was like Garchomp, Dialga, Giratina, Palkia. Like 3 legendary dragons with a pseudo. And then Generation 5 just introduced Hydreigon and Haxorus. And it's like dragon types defensively were really good in the first 2 generations. And even though was only super effective against itself and still is. Like Dragon's only super effective against itself, even in the current generation of Generation 9. But the point is that even though it's only super effective against one type and it's its own, it's just that good. So here's the thing, it might only be super effective against one type, but it's only resisted by one type, and the type that resists dragon is steel. So here's the thing, dragon's only super effective against itself, but there's only one type that resists dragon, and that's steel. And there's one type immune to it, which is fairy. But the point is, dragon was so strong prior to Generation 6, which was just the introduction of fairy types. They were just so broken that they need to introduce a type that completely wall dragon. Introduce the fairy type. Defensively immune to dragon, offensively super effective against dragons. And like I said, Hydreigon was the last straw for Pokemon being like, we gotta do something. Because Dark Dragon is such an insane um offensive typing. I mean, steel types and fairies are really good against a stab combination against Hydreigon, but steel types don't take the coverage moves of Hydreigon really well as it gets flamethrower and earth power. But like for Hydreigon to deal with steel types, it needs to use coverage moves like stab, like Draco Meteor and Dark Pulse and whatnot just gets walled completely. And same thing with fairies. Like Hydreigon gets Flash Cannon, but it's like it has to use a coverage move, not a stab move. You know, the moves that do more damage or slash boosted. Then we get to Mega Venusaur. It's a great you know what you get out of normal Venusaur. Mega Venusaur is just normal Venusaur plus. It's just even bulkier and it gets thick fat. So yeah. Um Low key I forgot to cover Gamers Terras. And Gamers Terras is Terra Inteleon, Regidrago, and Rotomo, which is terrifying. Um Terra Captains for Tigor, Terra Star Raptor and Armrouge is nutty. And Terra Nose Pass, I know people are gonna be like, oh, but Star Raptor, like Terra Flying, Reckless, Brave Bird, is just insane. Regilucky, Swampert, only one weakness being water ground. Its one weakness is grass, and it's quad weak to grass, which quad weaknesses are never that good. But if that's your only weakness, that's more than fine. Stab earthquakes and liquidations do crazy damage. Also gets flip turn, which is just water type U turn for momentum. Armors, like I said, it's a Terra Captain. It's already pretty strong without Terra. With Terra is crazy. And like I said, before I even started doing my deep dive on Tigord's team, I hope you now see the reason why before I even explained why it was top tier. I hope my explanation of why I think it's the best team in the league is completely justified. Now we got Venus Canex. A scary team. Tapu Koko with Iron Bundle and Iron Hands. This is like this is gonna be an insane trio. Tapu Koko sets up electric terrain with stab electric moves. Stab electric moves in electric terrain is just crazy damage. Iron Bundle and Iron Hands ability is Quark Drive, and what it does is it increases their highest stat in electric terrain. So they have it. So Venus Canex selected Tapu Koko to set up electric terrain and grabbed two Pokemon in Iron Bundle and Iron Hands to activate Quark Drive in electric terrain. And Iron Hand's Iron Bundle is extremely, extremely good outside of electric terrain. You put them in electric terrain, it's very scary. Um, Also has Overquill. It's an Intimidate user. Swift Swim, not like they would be using Swift Swim Overquill on this team. I would assume that that just wouldn't be happening. But hey, you never know. Um, Barbarage is like a 30% chance to poison. And if the target is already poisoned, I think the power doubles. Bronzong has just withstood the test of time. People say like, ooh, some Pokemon were really good in the past, but now just are like irrelevant because of power creep. Power creep hasn't affected Bronzong. Oh, I'm just gonna be completely honest. Power creep has not affected Bronzong because what it did when it came out, it still does today at an elite level. Florges, a special wall, and a fairy type. Mega Pincer, bug flying, and I think it gets aerially, which can be pretty nice. Mudsdale is a nice bulky ground type that's a good attack stat with stamina, so it could just like even boost its defense even more. Driftblim is a cool mon, a really good mon. Ghost flying is a crazy typing. Like I said before, the ghost type is a very valuable and prevalent type in Draft League. It's got some bulk. It's got some cool strats like Will-O-Wisp and Thunderwave into Hex. And Hex is normally 50 base power, but when your opponent is statused, the power doubles. So if Driftblim would like Will-O-Wisp or Thunderwave an enemy Pokemon, and then Hex, it's good damage. And Eldegoss got a good ability in Cotton Down. And because it's a grass type, it's got all the utility in the world. Um, Base speeds, we're looking at base 130 on Tapu Koko, 105 on Mega Pinsir, 85 on Overcool, 80 on Driftblim, 75 for Forges, 60 on Eldegoss, 50 on Iron Hands, 35 on Mudsdale, and then 33 on Bronzong. Oh, I skipped Bundle. Iron Bundle has base 136 speed. Actually, what's his Terra Captains? Venus Canex got Terra Forges, Mudsdale, and Driftblim. And I'm gonna load up KJ's team right now, but we're gonna share this tab. And for the tier maker, where am I gonna put Venus Canex? So I'm either thinking at the very top of Can Be Something, so like it would look like this, or the alternative is has the potential to be top tier, and I put it below Radish. I'll put it at the bottom of has the potential to be top tier for the time being. It could very well be at the very top of Can Be Something, but for the time being, I will put it at has the potential to be top tier. Now we are covering what is going to be the 7th team in KJ. Before I even actually, I'll look at Terra Captains after. So we're going to be looking at a team for KJ that consists of Mega Scizor, Roaring Moon, Petron, Gliscor, Zeraora, Gardevoir, Miltank, Pyroar, Poliwrath, and Gibble. So first thing I'll mention, this team has quite the defensive presences. Mega Scizor has good defenses with only one weakness to fire, and it is a quad weakness. But like I said before, quad weaknesses are never that good to have, but if it's your only weakness, it is perfectly fine. Um, Petron has base 88 in every stat except defense, where it's like base 166 or like 160. I'm just gonna confirm that real quick. It's base 160 defense. Yeah, so base 88 in every stat. So base 88 HP, attack, special defense, and speed, but base 160 in defense. So it's got respectable bulk on the special side, but not like elite. But on the physical side, base 88 HP with base 160 defense. Yeah, it's just supposed to be a physical wall, but you could also run as a special wall, nasty plot. Malignant Chain, Poison Puppeteer is just a nasty combo. Score is a great physical presence. Miltank. I know you look at Miltank, you're gonna be like, it's a cow, bro. It's like, how is this a Pokemon? You'll be surprised. Base 105 defense, base 70 special defense, and base 95 HP. Yeah, it's actually much bulkier than what you would think than what you would expect. And even Poliwrath has decent bulk. It's actually better bulk than Miltank. It's base 90 HP, base 90 special defense, and base 95 defense. So yeah, it's a lot of defensive presences here. And offensively, this team isn't lacking in offensive presence either. Mega Scizor, really good attack stat. Roaring Moon, best offensive mon he has. Zeraora has a very good physical attack. Gardevoir, great special attack. Pyroar, I think, has like a pretty underrated special attack stat. Yeah, base 109. Yeah, it's pretty slept on. It's like this team has a lot of offensive presence and it has a lot of defensive presence. When it comes to momentum, Zero Aura, I'm pretty sure gets Volt Switch, right? Not like people run it as a special attacker, even though you very well could. I probably would run it as a special attacker, low key. Um, but yeah, Volt Switch on Zero Aura, U-turn between Mega Scizor, Roaring Moon. I am very sure Gliscor gets it as well. So they got the momentum, they got the good pivoting moves, they got the bulk, they got a great offensive presence. And speed tiers, we're looking at base 143 from Zero Aura, 119 from Roaring Moon, 106 from Pyroar, base 100 from Miltank, 95 on Gliscor, 80 on Petron, 80 from Gardevoir, 75 on Mega Scizor, 70 on Poliwrath, and 42 from Gibble. Um, we're going to share this tab. KJ. Oh, no, not there. Okay, so I'm going to put it at the, it's tough. Because to me, it's either has, at the very top, it has the potential to be top tier, or at the bottom of top tier right now. For the time being, I'll put it has the potential to be here. It very well could go up, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if I do that. I actually forgot to cover his Terra Captains I did the before the before the tier list, but whatever. KJ's Terra Captains is it's Terra Miltank and Terra Pyroar. Which I don't think is like anything crazy, but it's like you can only do so much when you only drafted four mons that could be Terra captains. I'm surprised it wasn't Terra Polyrath though. Like Terra Miltank over or Terry. Why am I saying Terra? I mean, it's not that Terra Miltank is bad. I'm just saying Terra Polyrath is just cooler and just better. My personal opinion, but so we cover KJ. Next on the list, we are looking at Pivot. Who's got Great Toss Gladios, Neo Lego, Rotom Wash, Comfey, Incineroar, Swellow, Metagross, Ramblegast, and Surskit. Step one, I'll just say this: we're just not gonna talk about Surskit. I mean, just pretend like that mon just, essentially it just isn't there. Okay, yeah, that's like the best way to put it. Just pretend it just doesn't exist. But Great Tusk, really good mod. Has removal in Rapid Spin, Stab, Headlong, Rush, and Close Combat is big damage. Also, Stab, Earthquake if you don't want to drop your defenses with Headlong Rush. Very has good physical bulk with good base HP and physical defense. Hits like a truck with very good physical attack, respectable speed. The only downside to Great Tusk is it has a very pitiful special defense stat, but to compensate for a god awful special defense stat, it loves to run Assault Vest to compensate for it. So it's like its only downside is just gets fixed by a held item. So it's like I was about to say, like, is it really a downside? Well, it still is, because like, yes, if you could fix it with a held item, that's really good. But that's also like forcing you to run an item just to solve an issue. Um Lottie, Dragon Psychic, crazy good typing. Flip turn for momentum, stab Draco Meteor, Luster Purge is insane damage, especially with a Soul Do. Neo Lego, I never have much experience with. I'm pretty sure it's got some like decent offensive stats. I think. I could be wrong. Neo Lego. How do I spell Neo Lego? Does it tell me all this? Okay, Nihi. Alright. So it's got base 127 special attack. Oh yeah. Base 103 speed, base 131 special defense, base 109 HP. So it's got very good special bulk, good speed, and a great special attack stat. It just has no physical attack, which is fine when you're a great special attacker. The only downside to this is that it's physical defense. So it's got pitiful physical defense, and it's got a quad weakness to one of the most prevalent types in Draft League. So it's like that's also not a good sight. Power Meteor Beam is a very common thing for Neo Lego. Rotom Wash is just also reminds me of Bronzong. Like to me, like Power Creep just hasn't existed for Rotom Wash. I just feel like it's withstood the test of time. An electric type with Levitate is just always an insane thing to have. With that being said, it only has one weakness to grass, because electric is neutral and it's immune to ground via Levitate. So its only weakness is grass, and it's not even a quad weakness either. Comfey with Triage. Incineroar is just the best Pokemon in VGC, aka the competitive format. And because it's the competitive format, some people just say it's the greatest Pokemon of all time. But this is singles, not VGC, which is doubles. but it's a very good mon. Intimidate, Fake Out Utility, Parting Shot, Swallow, Guts Facade with Flame Orb, Guts Flame Orb with Facade, Choice Spec Scrappy Boom Burst, Metagross. I mean, it just has so many sets. It's very strong. It can be ran defensively, offensively. Choice Scarf, Weakness Policy, Assault Vest, Colbur Berry, Aka Berry, Shuka Berry, just like any damage resisting berry, Assault Vest, like so many held items. It could be different sets like Agility, Weakness Policy, Choice Band, Choice Scarf. It's like the essentially the ultimate Pokemon when it comes to like unpredictability. It's like you just don't know what you're gonna get hit with. Um in base speed, we're looking at base 125 for Swallow, 110 for Latios, 103 on Neologo, 100 on Comfey, 90 on Bramble Gas, 87 on Great Tusk, 86 on Rotom Wash, 70 on Metagross, 65 on Whose Name Shall Not Be Said, and then 60 on Incineroar. And then let's look at its Terra Captains. Pivot has Terra Comfey and Terra Swallow. Bro, Terra Normal, Guts Facade, Guts Flame Orb Facade, or Choice Specs, Terra Normal, Scrappy Boom Burst be terrifying. Where's Pivot on here? I think he's Ghost Rusher Rams. The logo. He's Ghost Rusher Rams. Alright. I'm gonna put him at has the potential to be top tier. And this is going to be, we've already covered 1, 5, 7, 8. So this could be the 9th covering right here. And next, after Pivot, is Load. And he has a team of Gouging Fire, Galarian Darmanitan, Ferrothorn, Megarados, Gengar, every single form of Oricorio, Cyclozar, Rhydon, Sylveon, Sobble. Defensive presences, he has Sylveon, Rhydon, and Ferrothorn as great defensive Pokemon. Gouging Fire, I guess, can be ran defensively, but you should never do that. Cyclozar is probably going to be ran defensively. Maybe. I'm not sure. But he's got good defensive presences and offensive presence. I mean, there's a shit ton of it on this team. Gouging Fire, Galarian Darmanitan with Guerrilla Tactics, which Guerrilla Tactics is just like, it's an ability, it's like Choice Band, because it increases your attack, but you're locked into only one move, which is the equivalent to a Choice Band. And then you could also run a Choice Band held item, so you essentially have like 2 Choice Bands. Or you could run Choice Scarf, where it's like you have a Choice Band and a Choice Scarf. And then Mega Gyarados has like a base 155 attack. Gengar's got very good special attack. Even Rhydon has good attack for not being a fully evolved Pokemon. And don't sleep on Oricorio. Don't sleep on that bird. As of pivoting, I know Cyclozar gets U-turn. I don't know what other pivoting that this team gets. Like, does Galarian Darmanitan get U-turn? Like, I don't know. Let me just click U. No, that's Y. U. It does get U-turn. Alright, so Galarian Darmanitan and Cyclozar got U-turn. I think that's it. And nobody on this team gets Volt Switch. Well, actually, the electric type of Oricorio does. But that's it. Um, and then base speeds, we're looking at base 121 on Cyclozar, 110 on Gengar, 95 on Galarian Manatee, 93 on Oricorio, 91 on Gouging Fire, 81 on Mega Gyarados, 70 on Sobble, 60 on Sylveon, 40 on Rhydon, and then 20 on Ferrothorn. And now let's just look at Lode's Terra Captains. Should be this way, yep. And Lode's Terra Captains is Terra Oricorio, Terra Cyclozar, and Terra Rhydon. I tell you, Terra Rhydon Oricorio is a extremely terrifying sight. As we are gonna be putting it in right now. This at oh, I'm gonna put it at the top of can be something. It's like I want to put it at the bottom of has the potential to be top tier, but it's like I don't want that to be like too full, you know? Especially not like because like as much as I want to put it there, like if I do, that's like like because this is the ninth team I'm covering. Like if I put Lode's team at the bottom of has the potential to be top tier, that's like over 50% of the tier list under has the potential to be top tier, which is it realistic that 25% of the league has the potential to be top tier? I don't know. On paper, maybe, but it's like I don't want to put too much of those teams there right now. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I put Lode at down the line as at the bottom if has the potential to be top tier. And this is gonna be the halfway point, as this is gonna be the 10th team that we are covering. And 10th team is gonna be Sauce of the Halifax Heatrans. All right, now let's go over this team. Tornadus Therian, Heatran, Rillaboom, Sneasler, Milotic, Deancey, Claydol, Mismagius, Megabanet, and Gabite. Oh man, my nose is congested. So let's just start off with like defensive, like what's the defensive backbone? I mean, this team has a lot of defensive presence. The classic AV Regenerator Tornadus Therian, Heatran, Milotic, Deancey, Claydol. Between Tornadus Therian, Heatran, Milotic, Deancey, and Claydol is an insane defensive backbone. And even Rillaboom can be defensive if needed. And then we're looking at offensive presence. Tornadus Therian has good offensive presence. Heatran does as well. Rillaboom, Sneasler, Mismagius, and this Megabanet, which I think has like a base like 60 attack or something, which is crazy. And then when it comes to like momentum, like U-turn, Volt Switch, Flip Turn, Tornadus Therian has U-turn, Rillaboom has U-turn, Sneasler has U-turn. And I think that's it. But I mean, 3 Pokemon that can just like pivot and give you like momentum is always very good. And also, I play Sus Week 3, so this is a team I'm not going to be ready to play. But speed tiers, base 121 on Tornadus Therian, 120 on Sneasler, 105 on Miss Magius, 85 on Rillaboom, 82 on Gabite, 81 on Melodic, 77 on Heatran, 75 on Claydol and Mega Banette, and base 50 on Deancey. And then Suss's Terra Captains is Terra Deancey, Terra Claydol, Terra Miss Magius. All of them very good, very scary. As we are going to go to the tier maker tab, and then Sus, welcome to what is probably going to be the only other team alongside Tylord in top tier. I mean, what can I say? It's a nasty team. It's got an insane defensive backbone. It's got very good offensive pressure. It's got Pokemon that can just give it momentum. It's got good speed tiers, great Terra Captains. It's kind of got everything you want. Once again, it has 2 ghost types, which are rapid spin blockers. So 2 spin blockers. Terra Miss Magius is probably one of the best Terra Captains that you could use. I feel like Terra Miss Magius is one of those mons where it's like without Terra, it's like it's good, but not like anything crazy. But with Terra, it's just insane. Um, yeah, I feel like this absolutely deserves to be in the top tier alongside Tylord. And that's already 50% of the draft. To the second half of the recap, teams 11 through 20. And we're going to start the second half of the recap with Big Joe. Big Joe has Mega Alakazam, Tapu Fini, Como-O, Aegislash, Shaman Sky, Electivire, Zygarde 10%, Arbok, Wormadam, and Bidoof. So, Megazam is just a monster. Pure Psychic type, which only has 2 weaknesses to Dark and Ghost, has a base 170 special attack stat. Or not base 170, it's base 175 with a base 150 speed. Stab Psychics hit immensely hard. It gets Shadow Ball for coverage against ghost types. It gets Focus Blast for coverage against dark types. Typically I would like to run Nasty Paw or Calm Mind, but you can't, but it's just one of the complex bands. It can't use Calm Mind or Nasty Paw. And for last move, I mean, does it really matter? It kind of only needs Psychic Shadow Ball, Focus Blast. But I guess for the hell of it, Energy Ball. Could also run Encore, which low-key, even though for a mon that's like purely offensive, it shouldn't be like running like Encore and stuff. But it can. Tapu Fini is just pretty nice. Water Fairy is a insane typing. Base 115 defense, 130 special defense, so it's got a lot of bulk. A respectable base 95 for being that bulky of a Pokemon. Base 95 special attack is really good. Even a respectable base 85 speed. Stab Moonblast hits like a truck. I think it gets Scald as well. Yeah, it gets Scald That's just gross. Haze to reset stat changes. Stab Draining Kiss to deal damage while recovering 75% of the damage. Um, it gets dual screens, Shadow Ball. It get Toxic, which it gets Toxic. Ice Beam, Blizzard for nice ice. It's just a really, really good mon. Combo is like Metagross. It's like the ultimate Pokemon like Metagross of like you don't know what set it's gonna run because it has so many sets. Oh man. Um Aegislash is insanely good. It's a spin blocker because it's a ghost type. Even though it's a steel type, which is typically weak to fighting, because it's ghost type, it's just also immune to that. It's weak to fire, ghost, and dark. But the normal immunity, the fighting immunity is really good. Then we get Shaman Sky, who I really never used. And I just never thought was like, and I thought it was just like mediocre at best. But then I felt like when I looked at it, it was like yesterday, 2 days ago, or whatever, I thought it was mediocre. And I came to the realization by looking at it, it is a pretty busted Pokemon. Okay, maybe not busted, but it's like it's extremely strong. It's really good. A mon that I thought was like really was like mediocre at best. When I did my just is actually like a really good mon. Like who would have thought? I can barely even see in my room right now. Holy shit, man. Um Electivire. And this is Terra Electivire too, which is somebody that whose last draft league was which my last draft league season was my first one. I used Terra Electivire, so it holds a special place in my heart, and it's actually insane with Terra. So I'm really hoping Big Joe can do some cool stuff with Terra Electivire. Zygarde 10%, I just really never used. In fact, I just really never used Zygarde in general. Arbok, Wormadam, Bidoof. I mean, see, here's the thing. Big Joe went top heavy, which I respect. But it's like, after Electivire, I just feel like it's fallen off. Don't get me wrong, Zygarde 10% is probably decent, maybe even good. But it's like, I just never really used it. I don't, like, I've never really faced it in, like, on the competitive, on, like, the ladder of Pokemon Showdown. And if I have faced Zygarde, it's always been like normal Zygarde, not Zygarde 10%. So it's like it's an interesting team where it's like the top half is like insane, but it's like to me after Electivire, it's just fallen off. I think it's a good team, but it's like I think from Zygarde 10%, Arbok, Wormadam, and Bidoof, it's just lost a ton of value. I still think it's a good team. I'm gonna put it directly in the middle of can be something. And then the 12th team we are covering is me. Sal. Oh, you know what? I probably should have mentioned the speed tiers of Big Joe. Big Joe speed tiers: base 150 on Mega Zam, 127 on Shaman Sky, 115 on Zygarde 10%, 95 on Electivire, 85 on Combo and Tapu Fini, 80 on Arbok, 60 on Aegislash, 36 on Warberdam, and 31 on Bidoof. Probably should have also done his Terra Captains. His Terra Captains is Terra Electivire and Terra Zygarde 10%. Your Zygarde 10% actually might be nasty with Terra. Then we get to me, Sao, the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT. Some may sell, some may sell, some may say. And my team consists of the genies of Generation 5, Landorus, Tornadus, and Thundurus. And I got them all in their incarnate forms. So Thundurus incarnate, Landorus incarnate, Tornadus incarnate. Also have Victini. I have Jellicent, Druddigon, Terrakion, Terra Cincino, Terra Bisharp, and Garbodor. I forgot to mention my Tornadus is actually Terra as well. So Landorus Incarnate, Terra Tornadus Incarnate, Thunderous Incarnate, Victini, Jellicent, Druddigon, Terrakion, Terra Cincino, Terra Bisharp, and Garbodor. I feel like my team has a lot of offensive pressure for sure. Between Landorus Incarnate, Thunderous Incarnate, Victini, Tornadus Incarnate, Terrakion, Cincinnati, Bisharp has I feel like every mon on my team could actually be very a lot of my Pokemon have insane offensive potential. But even Jellicent, who's my worst Pokemon offensively, I'm not gonna say has crazy offensive potential, but I feel like actually has you know decent could be decent offensively, nothing crazy. It's just an average mon offensively. But it's not every mon can be Landorus Incarnate offensively, all right? And defensively, I could have EVL Bisharp. I could run Victini defensively if I want to. Garbodor. Jellicent is my main defensive backbone. Druddigon with Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin. I already said EVL Bisharp. I could run Tornadus defensively. I could run any Genie off or I could personally just run any Genie defensively. I feel like Landorus Incarnate has base 89 HP, base 80 special defense, base 90 defense. Thunderous Incarnate has base 80 special defense, base 79 HP, base 70 defense. Or maybe I can't run Thunderous Incarnate defensively. Tornadus Incarnate, base 7. It's the same thing as Thunderous. It's just Landorus Incarnate has the good one, the good defensive capabilities. Landorus base 600, but Thunderous and Tornadus is 580. But yeah, I got some good defensive mons. I got some, what you want to call it, so a lot of offensive pressure. And when it comes to momentum, U-turn, Volt Switch, Thunderous Incarnate gets Volt Switch and U-turn. Landorus Incarnate gets U-turn. Tornadus Incarnate gets U-turn. So my genies both have U-turn. Cincinnati gets U-turn. So that's already 4 Pokemon that get U-turn. while Thunderous Incarnate also gets Volt Switch. Victini gets U-turn. Like like half my team can U-turn. So I have a lot of pivoting capabilities. I got a not a crazy defensive backbone, but decent with a lot of offensive pressure. And as of my speed tiers, I have base 115 speed on Cincinnati, base 111 on Thunderous Incarnate and Tornadus Incarnate, base 108 on Terrakion, base 101 on Landorus Incarnate, base 100 on Victini, base 75 on Garbodor, base 70 on Bisharp, base 60 on Jellicent, and base 48 on Druddigon. So so here's the thing about my speed tiers. It's like I have really good speed tiers. I have a lot of fast Pokemon. But the problem is, even though I have 5 Pokemon, I said 5, even though I have 6 Pokemon that are base 100 speed or higher, none of my Pokemon are like elite speed. It's like I have 6 Pokemon that have base 100 speed or higher, but none of them are. But my fastest, like I have 6 Pokemon that are base 100 speed or higher, but the fastest one is base 115. And don't get me wrong, base 115 speed is really good. But like that's not like that. It's not like it's great, but it's not elite. It's like that. It's like essentially A tier. It's like hey, that's great speed, not elite speed. So it's like I got Pokemon with very good speed, but it's like I don't have that elite speed. I don't got that Pokemon that's like base 150, base 130, like base 140, or Regilucky like base 200. So it's like I got a lot of Pokemon. I have like 60% of my team is base 100 or higher, but I don't got anything that's higher than 115. But that's fine. It's like even though I don't have that Pokemon with elite speed, I still have a lot of Pokemon with base 100 or higher. Um, with a lot of pivoting, like with you, 50% of my team could U-turn. Tornadoes, or not Tornadoes, Thunders can Volt Switch. Um, um, so it's tough. It's like without being because I'll say this: if I would be biased, like if I was being biased, I would say I'm in top. I'm like the top of top tier. But honestly, I'm not gonna be biased. So here's the thing: my team is very interesting because it's like my team could be like the thing is like my team could be like anything from can be something. It's like I'm gonna actually change it to has 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 a lot of potential. It's like my team. It's like you would think that because I have good speed tiers and a lot of pivoting and a lot of offensive pressure, you would just immediately think that, oh, I would have the best team in the league. But my defensive backbone isn't, it's not that it's bad, it's just not crazy. And because it's not anywhere close as good as like a lot of these other teams that I'm like discussing, I think that's what's hurting me. If my team had like a really good defensive backbone, like some of these teams, I would, even without being biased, I would be the best team in the league. But like my defensive backbone just isn't what a lot of these teams is. But I do have a lot of momentum that some of these teams don't have. I also have good speed tiers, a lot of offensive pressure, but it's like just the defensive backbone just isn't there. But but it's tough. Like I'm either gonna put it at the top of has a lot of potential, or at the very bottom of has the potential to be top tier. And remember, this is all based off, the teams on paper, not including skill. Because if I would consider skill, I would feel like I would be the worst team in the league, despite on paper looking very good. Because I'm assuming like the least experienced player in this league, that it's gonna catch up to me. But just on paper, not considering skill, I feel like my team is either at the very top of has a lot of potential, has the potential to be top tier, at the bottom of has the potential to be top tier, but I am very well expecting me to move it down to has a lot of potential. Um, After me, I think this is the 13th team. I think. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, this is gonna be the 13th team. So after me is gonna be Stormtide. And we are looking at Dragapult, Palafin, Terapagos terrestrial form, Starmie, Colossal, Shuckle, Mega Manectric, Silvally, Floette Eternal, and Clodsire. Um, so let's start with offensive presence. I mean, Dragapult, Palafin, Terapagos terrestrial, Starmie, Mega Manectric. Don't sleep on Floette Eternal. So Volley's got decent offensive pressure. Colossal can be nasty with Steam Engine. But besides that, I mean, it's just whatever. Um, um, defensive, um, like defensive presence, Shuckle, Clodsire, Colossal. Starmie could be a pretty good defensive mon as well. When it comes to pivoting, Mega Manectric has Volt Switch, Dragapult has U-Turn, Palafin has Flip Turn. So he's got all the pivoting moves that do damage. U-Turn, Volt Switch, and Flip Turn. Good defensive presences. A nice Spin Walker and Dragapult. The ground type in Clodsire. It's a very, very scary team, I must say. Very good. Speed tiers. We're looking at Dragapult at base 142, Mega Manectric at base 135, Starmie at base 115, Palafin at base 100, Silvally at base 95, Floette Eternal at base 92, Terapagos terrestrial at 85, Colossal at base 30, Clodsire at base 20, and Shuckle at base 5. And also, Shuckle is like, sets up Sticky Web, Stealth Rock, um, Clodsire could also set up rocks, spikes, toxic spikes. Colossal also set up stealth rock. He has a lot of hazards. Colossal also has rapid spin. I think doesn't Starmie get rapid spin too? I think he has two rapid spinners. I think Starmie gets rapid spin. I could be wrong, but I think it does. It does get rapid spin. Um, no. Where do I put? I think I'm gonna move. I think I'm gonna move me down already. To has a lot of potential, and I'm gonna put Storm Tide at the bottom of has the potential to be top tier. And Terra Captains for Storm Tide is when I just scroll up. Terra Colossal and Starmie. Terra Starmies could be nasty. Now we're getting into Fanta. And fun fact, Fanta's opponent, I'll be playing him tomorrow. And also be playing my week 2 opponent, Aquanu, tomorrow. I'll pull off the double duty tomorrow. And yes, I'll be streaming these games as well. So yeah, I'll probably be embarrassing myself on stream. So don't worry. So Fanta's team is their mascot Mawile, Deoxys Speed, Oakpawn Hearthflame, Mega Sableye, Togekiss, Tentacruel, Machamp, Glastrier, Haxorus, and Diggersby. So offensive pressure. Typically, I know Mega Mawile has huge power, but normal Mawile does not have huge power. So it's pretty dog water offensively. Oakpawn Hearthflame is great offensive pressure. Machamp, especially how I'm pretty sure it's Terra Machamp. Glastrier, who I am also fairly positive is a Terra captain for him as well. Yeah, Terra Machamp and Terra Glastrier. Lord have mercy on my soul. Haxorus is a great Dragon Dance sweeper, and Diggersby has huge power. So yeah. Defensively, working at Mega Sableye, Togekiss, Glastrier, and Tentacruel. And some may even say Deoxys Speed is pretty good defensively, even though it's paper thin. But some people might say it's good defensively because it could get, dual screen support. So, like, even though it's frail as it gets, is almost as frail as it gets, just run Focus Sash and then, like, light screen or reflect, speed tiers. Base 180 speed for Deoxys Speed, 110 on Oakpawn Hearthflame, 100 on Tentacruel, 97 on Haxorus, 80 for Togekiss, 70 for Diggersby, 55 on Machamp, 50 on Mawile, 30 on Glacier, 20 for Mega Sableye. Holy Mother of God. Um, okay, why am I putting has a lot of potential? I'm just gonna put has potential, not has a lot of potential. I was gonna put has potential. Ever Fanta, I think it's worse than Faj. I forgot who's the Rotom team, like by logo. Like I don't remember by logo. I would have to like look at the team. But I don't want to go look at the team by clicking through every person. So I'm just gonna look at drafts and just try to find the Rotom logo. I think it's yeah, I'll say, isn't it Gamer? Yeah, I think it's worse than Gamer as well. But I don't think it's a mid team either. Like I feel like it's actually good. But yeah, I'm gonna just put it at the bottom of has potential. And that's the sixth team in this tier. A lot of the teams is gonna be within has potential to be has the potential to be top tier. Instead of, why don't you just word it better? Instead of has the potential to be top tier, why don't you just shorten it? Has top tier potential. Yeah. All right. And next team, we're getting my draft league rival. And that draft league rival is none other than Who's in Whoville as what a W logo. But Postal, my draft league rival from my first draft league from a couple months ago, was my first one. But we're in the same league again, running it back. And Postal's team is going to be consisting of Zombazenta Crowned, Greninja, Mega Gardevoir, Landorus Therian, Rotom Heat, Scolipede, Sinistra, Drampa, Dewpider, and Noctowl. So let's start with defensive presence. Usually I usually start with offensive presence, but it's just I feel like this team has, even though it doesn't have like a crap ton of like an insane defensive backbone, it's not like it has like 5 or 6 Pokemon for its defensive backbone. It's just for the mons that are part of it. It's just insane. Like Zamazenta Crowned, Landorus who has Intimidate, Rotom Heat, who's reliable. I mean, any Rotom form is very reliable defensively. And then also Sinistra is underrated, has underrated bulk as well. Don't sleep on Sinistra either. Um oh my god. Man, I only have one allergy and it just sucks. But yeah, it's just got good bulk and it's very underrated. But now we look at offensive pressure. I mean, Zamazenta, Ninja, Mega Gardevoir, Landorus Therian, Rotom Heat, Drampa, Scolipede, a crap ton of offensive pressure, a decent defensive backbone. Greninja, Landorus Therian have U-turn. Does Scolipede get U-turn as well? It might. I'm not sure. Let me check. Does it get U-turn? No, it doesn't. But yeah, it's got a little bit of momentum. Um, a, a lot insane offensive pressure, a pretty good defensive backbone. And we're looking at speed tiers. Zombies at the Crown base 128, Greninja 122, Scolipede 112, Mega Gardevoir 100, Landorus Therian 91, Rotom Heat 86, 70 for Noctowl, 50 for Sinistcha, 36 for Drampa, and 27 for Dewpider. As of where am I going to put Postal? I'm going to put has top tier potential. I'm not going to put it that high as it's on the lower half of has top tier potential, but it is still for sure within the has top tier potential. Actually, I'm going to make a change to the tier list. And I'm going to just move Big Joe to still has potential, but just on the lower half. Low key. It's going to be at the bottom of has potential. Still has potential, but it's borderline has potential. It's like I like certain Mons, like Megazam, Tapu Fini, Shaman Sky, known as Skyman, but it's like I don't think it's gonna be like insane. Like I'm contemplating Meh, but I feel like he has Mons that are like very scary where it's gonna avoid Meh. Next 20 minutes. So 16th team I'm covering? Yeah, this is the 16th team. So this is the final team. We're almost wrapping up. We're in the final 5 teams. I've already covered 75% of the league. That 16th team we're covering is Justin. He's got Chien Pao, Raging Bolt, Primarina, Hisuian Typhlosion, Amoonguss, Greedent, Orthworm, and Ursaluna. Now, offensive pressure, a lot of it. Headlined by Chien Pao, Raging Bolt, and Ursaluna. Also, Primarina and Hisuian Typhlosion can be. I mean, not Hisuian Typhlosion is a lot of offensive pressure. Primarina has a potential to be, especially if it's choice specs as well. Oh man. And then a defensive backbone, Orthworm, Amoonguss, Ursaluna, Corviknight. Him on top doesn't have like insane bulk, but because it gets Intimidate while having good bulk, it just makes it a pretty good defensive mod. As of like momentum, Raging Bolt gets Volt Switch. Primarina, I think, gets Flip Turn. I don't see why it wouldn't. Let me just check. Yeah, Primarina gets Flip Turn. Corviknight gets U-Turn. Raging Bolt gets Volt Switch. I don't want to sound stupid, but does Hitmontop get U-Turn? Okay, yeah, that was pretty stupid to say. It does not get U-Turn. So it's got every pivoting damage. Terra Captains. Pull up. Did I even mention Postal's Terra Captains? No. Postal's Terra Captains is Noctowl, Drampa, and Scolipede. But Terra Captain is Hisuian Typhlosion. He only has one Terra Captain, but it is a very strong captain. And speed tiers. Now, this is where Justin struggles. Is his speed tiers. Like, yes, he has Chien Pao that's base 135 speed. But besides Chien Pao, he doesn't have a single bond that's higher than base 100. Like his second fastest mod is Hisuian Typhlosion at base 95 speed. And then his third fastest mod is base 75 speed from Raging Bolt. And then it's base 70 on Hitmontop, base 67 on Corviknight, base 65 on Orthworm, base 60 on Primarina, base 50 on Ursaluna, base 30 on Amoonguss, uh, base 20 on Greedent. I love so many things about Justin's team. It's just the goddamn fucking speed, bro. But despite speed not being the strong suit, being a concern, I'm still gonna put it at. I'm gonna put it as top tier potential. I think it's worse than Pulsel's team. Is it worse than Stormtide though? Yes. I mean, is that even a question? But as the top tier potential. And we're looking at the 17th team in Steinbaum, Mega Gallade, Darkrai, Jirachi, Nidoking, Blastoise, Alolan Ninetales, Noivern, Arctozolt, Normal Rotom, so the non-appliance form, and it's the non-appliance forms, which is like low, has like 100, is like a base stat total of 100 lower. And then Wooper, who's part of his mascot or team logo. Offensive pressure, this team has a lot. Between Shell Smash, Blastoise, Sheer Force by Form, Nidoking, Jirachi, if you build it offensively, has a lot of pressure. Darkrai, insane amount. Mega Gallade, Alolan Ninetales, if it's offensive, is very scary. Same thing with Noivern. I mean, his team has just in general has a lot of offensive pressure. And defensively, Jirachi, Blastoise, low-key Darkrai has underrated bulk. A lot of people think that Darkrai is just a glass cannon. Darkrai actually has surprisingly better bulk than a lot of people like to give it credit for. Like, a lot of people just think, oh, Darkrai is a glass cannon. It has base 70 HP, wasn't the craziest, but also has base 90 defense and special defense. Like, it's much bulkier than people realize. And Arctozolt actually has pretty good bulk. 90 base 90 HP, base 90 defense, and base 80 special defense. Um yeah, so it's like he's got a decent defensive backbone, has a lot of offensive pressure. When it comes to momentum, um Blastoise flip turn, somebody's got to get a U-turn on this team. Even if I don't see it, I think Jirachi gets U-turn. Right? Rachi gets U-turn. Rachi does get U-turn. Alright. I just don't think anything on this team gets Volt Switch, aka Arctozolt. Unless if it does. It does not. Alright. So it's got a little bit of momentum, a decent defensive backbone, immense offensive pressure. And then when it comes to speed tiers, we're looking at base 125 on Darkrai, base 123 on Noivern, base 110 on Mega Gallade, base 109 on Alola Ninetales, base 100 on Jirachi, base 91 on Rotom, base 85 on Nidoking, base 78 on Blastoise, base 55 on Arctozolt, and the whopping base 15 speed on Wooper. It's got a little bit of momentum, a decent defensive backbone, immense offensive pressure, a lot of speed. I mean, there's not much to dislike about this team. There's a lot to like about this team. With that being said, we're gonna go to the tier list, the tier maker, and we're gonna once again, and I'm gonna put it at has potential. Could be of has potential. And we're going to be covering the third last team. Almost done. We're going to be covering Aaron, or shout out Cean Pell's substitute teacher, Aaron. I'm sorry, Aaron. I just have to be annoying like Postal real quick, calling you Aaron. But at least I don't physically call you Aaron. I just mentioned at least you know where it comes from. Oh man. But Aaron's team is consisting of Meowscarada, Iron Treads, Iron Moth, Enamorous Therian, Reuniclus, Vaporeon, Flygon, Girder, Komala, and Pinchurchin. Offensive presence. This team has got quite the offensive presence with Iron Treads, Meowscarada, Iron Moth, and Flygon. Reuniclus and Namastarian could also bring some decent offense to the team. And defensively, even like Girder's, I think, okay, how good is Girder's defense is actually before Eviolite? I mean, before Eviolite, it actually has good physical bulk with base 85 defense and base 85 HP. It's just before Eviolite, base 50 special defense is not that good. But with Eviolite, it actually is pretty decent on the special defense side, on the special side. So yeah, so like Eviolite, Girder, Enamorous Therian, Reuniclus, even Iron Treads has some decent bulk. So good defensive backbone, good offensive pressure. When it comes to momentum, Volt Switch on Iron Treads, U-turn on Flygon and Meowscarada, and I think Vaporeon gets Flip Turn, I want to say. It does. So he's got all the damaging pivoting moves in Volt Switch, U-turn, and Flip Turn. It's got a good defensive backbone, good offensive pressure, and speed tiers. We're looking at base 123 for Meowscarada, base 110 for Iron Moth, base 106 on Iron Treads, base 100 on Flygon, base 65 on Vaporeon and Komala, base 46 on Enamorous Therian, base 40 on Girder, base 30 on Reuniclus, base 15 on Pinchurchin. I like Aaron's team a lot. In fact, it's going to be on has top tier potential. And now we're going to move on to the second last team. As my computer is at 35%. The stream, I think, is north of 2 hours or pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. And for the second last team, we're going to be talking about Savage Raccoon, the allegations. I'm not gonna lie, this seems pretty nasty. Cinderace, Latios, Tinglu, Keldeo, Mega Blastoise, Magnezone, Revavroom, Delmise, Articuno, and Audino. Ugh. But offensive pressure, insane. Magnezone brings it. Revavroom can bring it, especially if it gets like a shift gear up. Cinderace, Keldeo, Mega Blastoise, especially a Mega Launcher. I mean, as when it becomes Mega Blastoise, it's automatically Mega Launcher. But I'm just saying, with Mega Launcher, it's very good. Latios could be good if it has like enough boost to do like stored powered shenanigans. And defensive backbone of Tinglu, Latios, Mega Blastoise, Articuno, and Magnezone. It's a team that has a lot of offensive pressure while having an insane defensive backbone. And when it comes to pivoting, Magnezone with Volt Switch, I know Cinderace gets U-turn. Just I think Keldeo gets U-turn as well, right? I'm gonna just check on Keldeo. I think Keldeo gets U-turn. It also gets flip turn. It doesn't get U-turn, but it gets flip turn. So he has every damaging pivoting move with flip turn, volt switch, U-turn, with an insane defensive backbone, with a lot of offensive pressure. Speed tiers, base 119 speed on Cinderace, 110 on Latios, 108 on Keldeo, 90 on Revavroom, 85 on Articuno, 70 on Mega Blastoise, 60 on Magnezone, 50 on Audino, 45 on Tinglu, and 40 on Delmise. I honestly think this is a team that has potential to be top tier. You know what? I put Big Joe's team at the bottom of has potential. Let me stop being, trying to dodge. Because like yesterday or like 2 days ago, I was talking with people and I was saying his team was just mid. It's like, let me just stop trying to hide it. Let me come clean. Big Joe's in meh. Now we're covering the last team. And the last team is none other than Silverfang. And then, so Silverfang right now his team is Kieran Black, Slow King, Excadrill, Galarian Weezing, or known as Joe Weezing, Mega Pidgeot, Skeledirge, Ditto, Arboliva, Galvantula, and Grapploct. So offensively, I mean, Excadrill and Kieran Black is insane. Mega Pidgeot is really good. Galvantula can bring some nice offensive pressure. And defensively, between Galarian Weezing, Slowking, Arboliva, and Skeledirge is insane. Ditto can just transform into any Pokemon with its ability Imposter Choice Scarf is insane. A Sticky Webs user in Galvantula, a Spin Blocker in Skeledirge, while also being while being a fighting immunity as well. And it's just from a pivoting standpoint, Galvantula has Volt Switch. I think Mega Pidgeot, I can only assume Mega Pidgeot gets U-turn, right? I can only assume. It does. I don't think anything on our team gets flip turn, right? The only thing that would be I wouldn't see a world where Slowking gets flip turn. Yeah, it doesn't get flip turn. So it's got a little bit of momentum, a really good offensive backbone. Got some pretty nice offensive pressure, web setter. And we're looking at some like speed tiers. Base 121 on Mega Pidgeot, 108 on Galvantula, 95 on Kieran Black, 88 on Excadrill, 66 on Skeledirge, 60 on Galarian Weezing, 48 on Ditto, 42 on Graplock, 39 on Arboliva, and 30 on Slowking. With some decent momentum, a good defensive core. I feel like just Kieran Black and Excadrill is insane, where it's like you just can't understate it. I think I'm gonna put Silverfang top of at the top of at the top of has top tier potential. You know, why put Big Joe at the bottom of has potential? Because I don't feel like there's no team that's meh. So this is my final tier list. I'm just gonna take a picture of it. And just send it to the league. To the league draft discussion chat. See what they think of it. Yeah, I know Aquano is gonna be so pissed. The league owner is gonna see him in his own tier, and it's just gonna be just and yeah, that's that. So I could just delete the tier. I'm just going to essentially close every tab because I'm just gonna be doing my outro. So if you guys like the draft week content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me because I do this for fun. So not like these content creators. Like it's like these people are like, oh, I do it because it's my job. I need the likes. I need the subs. Like I don't do that. So any support I get is taken very nicely. It is very appreciative. And with that being said, your boy Sal is out. Have a boys. Peace.